The shocking sale of 10 million ARB tokens has absolutely caused a massive backlash against the Arbitrum Foundation. In this video, I will cover the hate that Arbitrum is getting online for transferring 40 million Arbitrum before informing voters. And for that, you are watching episode 3 in a 4-part series updating you on the altcoins that are red hot in the cryptocurrency markets and communities right now in 2023. And if you find altcoin updates and gems like these valuable, obviously make sure you go watch the previous videos, make sure you show up to the last one, make sure that you smash that like button, make sure you hit subscribe, boom, bang on that notification bell, comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Now, let's go see how Arbitrum made a tiny little boo-boo and how they're going to fix it in this turbulent market. This is the Arbitrum scandal that emerged recently due to the first Arbitrum improvement proposal, AIP-1. ARB is the Arbitrum token. It serves as a governance token and is intended for voting on network updates. The proposal, however, was so complex that holders were left questioning, have we been deceived? Is their suspicion justified, or is it just simply being paranoid? And just to clarify, the most controversial aspect of this proposal is the foundation's allocation of 750 million Arbitrum tokens to itself. The total ARB token supply stands at $10 billion, so that's like 7.5% of their total supply. Oh, and they've already transferred 40 million and sold 10 million of them without obtaining any community approval. So if you heard of Arbitrum before this video, it is probably because they're very generous airdrop to early adopters. The entire community has been eagerly awaiting what was supposed to be one of the most lucrative and substantial airdrops in recent crypto memory. Redemption obviously commenced on March 23rd with a distribution of 1.162 billion with a B tokens, accounting for just over 11% of the entire token supply. That is massive. The distribution was based on the number of transactions made on the network, the timing of those transactions, and the amount of ETH used in those transactions. The average user received 1,859 ARB tokens, with some users obtaining as many as 10,000. The price skyrocketed above $11 and then plummeted within minutes to below $2. Users managed to claim $1 billion worth of ARB tokens within hours. That's pretty juicy. But the process was marred by bugs, problems, exorbitant fees, and scammers, making the situation frustrating and at the very least complex. In the week leading up to the airdrop, crypto Twitter buzzed with speculation about the new token's value. Some even purchased ARB tokens over the counter, hoping for a huge payout. Many believe that project's hype would propel its value even higher. Predictions ranged anywhere from $1 to $10 after the launch, and all of those kind of came to fruition, at least for a couple of minutes. Now, in my opinion, people probably should have anticipated this outcome. Historically, airdropped coins tend to plummet dramatically, and crypto is notorious for its buy the hype, sell the news price movement. Pretty standard. In the hours following the ARB airdrop redemptions, crypto Twitter's mood shifted from euphoric to absolute frenzied. As tokens were claimed, websites crashed and gas fees for redeeming tokens soared, and you have to pay ETH as gas. Not good. Approximately half of the claimants secured their tokens within an hour of the airdrop, but most were not so fortunate. Around 10,000 individuals fell victim to fraudulent Arbitrum accounts. The price stabilized and even recovered in the following days. But that doesn't necessarily help the people that got scammed. And that's until Stone Cold Pat, an Arbitrum employee, published a blog about AIP-1, prompting numerous individuals to sell their tokens. So let's take a closer look at this blog post by Stone Cold Pat, which aimed to address the concerns raised over AIP-1. He began by acknowledging that the foundation should have been more transparent in its communication and quicker to respond. Kudos to him for admitting that. Doesn't really change what happened. And then he revealed that they have expanded the foundation staff, presumably after selling all those tokens, and will enhance communication in the future. Now they can afford some salaries, right? Not cool. Pat likened the establishment of the DAO to the chicken and egg conundrum, with the central question being whether the DAO's parameters should be determined by the community, or if the parameters are set and the community governs what they've already been handed. The Arbitrum Foundation was created to make those initial decisions before the infrastructure was in place for holders to vote and make those choices. However, when the first improvement proposal was presented in the DAO, holders felt deceived. The issue with AIP-1 is that it was intended to ratify or validate the foundation's actions in setting up the DAO and the foundation in the first place. And it's pretty obvious that this was not properly communicated to the holders. According to the Arbitrum Foundation, they want voters to either approve or disapprove of what the foundation has already done. According to holders, they weren't informed about the reasons for the large number of tokens allocated for operating expenses and why it seemed like this was all being rushed through. Selling 10 million tokens and transferring 40 million to a sophisticated participant simply wasn't transparent enough for voters. And can you fault them? After all, the purpose of airdropping those tokens was to facilitate network governance. The ARB token is meant to grant users the power to vote on protocol operations. I'm not suggesting that Arbitrum can't recover from this. I honestly believe that they will. However, it's evident that their community is extremely upset about how this unfolded. And going forward, Wintermute confirmed in a Twitter post that they received 40 million ARB tokens, with only the remaining 10 million being converted to fiat. This fiat was obviously allocated for operational expenses, or at least that's what they said. In this post, they referred to Wintermute as a sophisticated actor in the financial market space. But wait a second, what exactly is Wintermute? Wintermute is an algorithmic market maker specializing in digital assets. They provide liquidity to over 50 exchanges, including Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, and many others. So transferring these funds could be beneficial for the overall health of the Arbitrum ecosystem, but what does that mean for everyone else? After all, both traders and the network require ARB token to be liquid on these exchanges. But I do agree that their user base probably should have been informed about this prior to the event. Another significant question was why the vote was conducted in this manner and why the Arbitrum Foundation needed such a large token budget. The rationale was that the foundation needed to engage with businesses and organizations in the real world. It's for commercial purposes and maintaining a competitive edge. Traditional companies cannot operate entirely on-chain, and Arbitrum must have access to these companies to remain competitive. We do the same over at PreSend. Whether this reasoning is valid or not, the price of ARB token has dropped 18% in 3 days, which is almost expected after all of the hype leading up to the airdrop. Many people receive free money, and when people get free money, they often sell it. Not everyone will have the diamond hand mentality when chasing airdrops. It's hard to blame those who are just trying to make a quick profit. And I honestly understand why some people would have diamond hands for Arbitrum, because it's designed to be multifaceted through DAO governance. To the best of our knowledge, Arbitrum is the only layer 2 where token holders can simultaneously contribute to the upgradability via on-chain executable governance. They can also appoint and remove foundation directors and directly control an on-chain treasury. And that is a lot of power to put in the hands of token holders that you have absolutely no idea who they are or how competent they are. Obviously, governing documents have been drafted, which it now must adhere to. Significant governance authority has been granted to ARB holders. And ARB holders are given unique authority, more than any other layer 2s, to appoint and remove foundation directors and amend the foundation's governing documents if they see fit. But the real issue with AIP1 was its informity. A lot like a massive all-encompassing bill, Congress tried to pass and sneak in some other things that they want us to agree with, when there are too many pages and people to sign it away with a TLDR mindset. ARB token holders felt that AIP1 tried to pass too many things with a singular vote. And that voting package included everything from governance, emergency powers, funding, and grants. I agree with the sentiments that these matters should have been voted on individually to a certain extent. According to Patrick McCrory of the Arbitrum Foundation, the purpose of AIP1 was to inform the community of past decisions so that they can move forward. The network had its airdrop and first governance vote, and things didn't go so smoothly. What this means for the price of ARB is that it is make or break time for Arbitrum. And look, I'm not saying that this is the end for Arbitrum. It's just unfortunate that it's only been operating for a few days and has already encountered these problems. Right now, it's wise to be patient, as Arbitrum has yet to prove whether or not it will be a reliable layer 2 protocol. First impressions are important, but that doesn't mean that they can't turn things around. Let's see how the next few months unfold. Overall, I think it could become one of the top layer 2 platforms and protocols out there. But I believe that right now it has stumbled and made some mistakes. But can they learn from this? Steel is forged in fire. And this mistake doesn't mean that Arbitrum is going to plummet to 20 cents or 2 cents or anything like that. What this means is that Arbitrum now needs to move beyond the hype and build genuine momentum through their technology. The truth is that crypto is still in its early phase, and while it sucks for an airdrop like this to go so wrong, it is not a super big shock. And to be honest with you, things don't always go as planned, because you don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. Trust and believe, as the co-founder of a technology company, PreSend, which is a wallet transaction security software that has a full patent filed on it that stops people from losing money on cross-chain transactions or to incompatible blockchains, platforms, whatever it may be, think about sending BNB to Coinbase Coinbase Exchange. You're going to lose your BNB because that coin is not compatible with Coinbase Exchange. Think about sending USDC from a Polygon wallet to an Ethereum wallet. You potentially just lost all of your money. PreSend is what stops that from happening. And we have developed this tool, but it took us a very long time to develop it. And there were a lot of things that we had to learn along the way, such as with Arbitrum. So if you want to go check out that solution, obviously click my link that's right down in the description, and you can go and try PreSend for yourself and make sure that you're protecting your crypto portfolio that you have already secured from here on out forevermore. But that's all I have for you in this episode, and make sure you show up to the 4th episode in this series, because that, my friends, is the finale. And if you like content like this, make sure you show up to the old videos and make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, boom, bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing up to this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.